Dear students, welcome to the second sem electronics class. This is your unit 1, class 8th. Okay. In the last class, you studied about the closed loop voltage gain of the non-inverting operational amplifier. In today's class, you are going to learn the closed loop voltage gain for the inverting amplifier. Figure shows the circuit for the inverting amplifier. So another name for this is the voltage series feedback amplifier. In the last class you studied about the types of the feedback amplifiers. Correct? In that, two important feedback amplifiers are the voltage shunt feedback amplifier and the voltage series feedback amplifier. In the last class, we studied about the voltage series feedback, or another name for the voltage series feedback is the non-inverting amplifier. In the today's class, you are going to study. Let us start to derive the expression for the closed loop voltage gain for the inverting amplifier. Okay, so what we are deriving today, we are deriving closed loop voltage gain for inverting amplifier. Just I will revise you. What do you mean by the inverting amplifier with feedback? So another name for the inverting amplifier or the closed loop voltage gain is inverting amplifier with feedback. Okay. So here whatever you are seeing, this figure shows the circuit for the inverting amplifier with feedback or the closed loop operational amplifier. Why it is called inverting amplifier? Because input is applied to the inverting terminal of the operational amplifier. Okay, you see here, this is the inverting terminal and this is the non-inverting terminal. Input is applied to the inverting terminal of the operational amplifier. So the circuit is called inverting amplifier. And next is the circuit is also called the inverting amplifier with feedback, or it is called the closed loop inverting amplifier. Why it is called closed loop here? Here we are applying the fraction of the output back to the input. Fraction of the output back to the input is called the feedback. So here we have applied the feedback, so that is why it is called a feedback amplifier. And another one thing is, this is called the negative feedback amplifier also. Why it is called negative feedback amplifier? So whenever you are giving input, so fraction of the output is giving back to the input, it is decreases the input voltage. When it decreases the input voltage, then it is called a negative feedback amplifier. Okay, let us derive the voltage gain for the inverting amplifier. In the last class, we studied about the closed loop voltage gain for the non-inverting amplifier. What is the equation for the closed loop non-inverting amplifier? The equation is 1 plus Rf divided by R1. Okay, today let us see the equation for the inverting amplifier. So before that, you should just go through the circuit little bit detail. Okay, what the figure shows? Figure shows the circuit for the inverting amplifier. Okay, you see here, this is V in and this is your I in voltage. R1 resistor is connected and this point is called the V2, and another one point you have to remember, this non-inverting terminal is grounded, and whatever the current is moving from this resistor to this inverting end is the minus IB we have taken, and this is what the feedback current, IF is the feedback current, IB is the base current, IN is the input current, Vin is your input voltage, Vout is your output voltage, RL is the load resistance, and RF is the feedback resistance. So, okay, this is the circuit for the inverting amplifier with feedback. So, to derive the expression for the voltage gain, what we should do means apply KVL, at the node V2. Apply KVL at node V2. Which is your node? This is your V2. You have to apply the KVL. What the KVL stands for? So simply, if I want to tell you, the KVL is nothing but what? KVL stands, we have to apply the KCL in the inverting amplifier, not the KVL. KCL is nothing but what? Incoming current is equal to outgoing currents. Okay. For this V2 terminal, what are the incoming currents? IN is your incoming current. IN is your incoming current. And what are the outgoing currents? IB, that is IB plus IF. Okay, IB plus IF. So now here what happens? This is your V input voltage. Okay. And in the definition, we learned that input resistance is very, very high. If the input resistance is very, very high, means what happens? Our base current is very, very low. Okay. Our base current is very, very low. Why? Because Rin is very, very high. It is very high. Already you learnt when we learned the definition. Okay, and we have learned more thing about this also. So because of that, what happens? IB is equal to 0. So IB is equal to 0. So we are going to get the IN is equal to IF. IN is equal to IF. Let us take this as first equation. Okay, if you are confusing means don't take the capital and the, so any one we take here also we will make it as small if. Okay. So next what we should do. Okay, all of you understood. Let us hope all of you understood what you have to do here. Figure shows the circuit diagram for the inverting operational amplifier with feedback. Okay, IB is the bias current, IF is the feedback current, and IN is the input current. Apply KVL, apply KCL, that is current law. KCL at the node V2, we are going to get IN is equal to IB plus IF. Okay, here what happens, we know that input resistance is very, very high. If you want, here you write, we know that input resistance is very, very high. So the current is equal to input resistance is very, very high. So current, that is why what happens, current is nearly equal to 0. We are neglecting, or we are putting it is equal to 0. We are able to get the IN is equal to IF. This is your first equation. IN is equal to F. Okay. Now let us move to the next part. So what we got? We got here IN is equal to I in is equal to IF. This IN and IF can be written as, from the figure, I is equal to what, your V by R according to the Ohm's law. Just you see in the figure, IN can be written as V in minus V2 divided by R1. Okay. What you are going to write, IN is equal to V in minus V2 divided by R1. In the same way, IF can be written as V2 minus V out divided by RF. Okay, let us write that equation. IN can be written as, IN is equal to, by figure, IN can be written as V in minus V2 divided by R1, that is equal to, IF can be written as V2 minus V out divided by RF. Okay, let us take, this is our second equation. Okay, please go through it once again. Next, we know that A is equal to V out into VID. Correct? Or V out is equal to V1 minus V2. Okay, the same equation can be written as V1 minus V2 is equal to V out divided by A. Okay, so here what happens, V1 is equal to 0. Correct? V1 is equal to 0 because this is a non-inverting terminal. Non-inverting terminal is grounded. That means we have not applied any voltage. Okay. So now we are going to write V2 is equal to minus, okay, dear students. So, okay, I think we know that, okay, you have not able to see this. We know that A is equal to V out into VID. So, V out is equal to VID is nothing but V1 difference of V2. Now, according to the figure, what happens? Vn is equal to 0. Okay, now we can write this V1 minus V2 is equal to V out divided by A. And here what happens? V1 is equal to 0. Why? Because this is applied to the non-inverting terminal is grounded. So V2 is equal to minus of V out. That means what we got? V2 is equal to minus of V out divided by A. Correct? So we got the V2 is equal to V out divided by A. Now what we have to do means, let us take this as equation number 3. Substitute this V2 is equal to minus V out by A in this equation. Which equation? Second equation. What is your second equation? That is V in minus V2 divided by R1 is equal to V2 minus V out divided by RF is there, no? So now just now we have calculated the V2 value. Substitute this V2 value in equation 2. Substitute equation 3 in equation 2. What you will get? You are able to get V in minus of V out divided by A whole divided by R1 is equal to minus of V out by A minus of V out whole divided by RF. Okay, what I did, this V2 value is substituted in the equation number 2. By next what you have to do, just rearrange the equation just by doing some mathematical calculation. So what you will get? By rearranging we are able to get V out divided by V in is equal to A times of RF whole divided by, here you will get the minus sign. I will write it in red pen. R1 plus R1 plus RF plus A times of R1. Okay, and next point is, we know that what is V out divided by V in is equal to, that is the gain with feedback, that is equal to minus of A times of R1 divided by R1 plus RF plus A times of R1. Okay, and the same type of the equation we got in the non-inverting. This is called a exact equation. Okay, this is called the exact equation. So dear students, let us see once again what we did to derive the till the exact equation. Okay, it is somewhat very important. Please try to note down in your notebook neatly this derivation. Okay, figure shows the circuit diagram for the inverting amplifier. Here I in, IB and IF are the input current, bias current and the feedback resistance respectively. To calculate the closed loop voltage gain for the given circuit, we have to apply the KVL at the node V2. at the node V2. After applying the KVL at the node V2, we are able to get IN is equal to IB plus IF. As we know that input resistance of the inverting amplifier is very high, so therefore bias current is equal to 0. So that is why we are able to get IN is equal to IF. From the figure we are able to write, get IN is equal to Vin minus V2 divided by R1, and IF can be written as V2 minus Vout divided by RF. We know that A is equal to Vout into VID, and that Vout and VID can be written as V1 minus V2. The V1 minus V2 is equal to Vout divided by A. But in our circuit what happens, V1 is equal to 0. Why this is equal to 0? Because non-inverting terminal is grounded. So that V2 is equal to, from this equation, V1 is equal to 0 means V2 is equal to, if you have sent minus here, minus of Vout divided by A. Okay, so this is the V2 value. Just now we have written this equation, so this equation is your equation 2. Let us substitute the value of this V2 that we have taken in as a equation 3 in equation 2. So after substituting, you are going to get this type of the equation. Let us take here equal to. Just you rearrange this equation by taking the LCM, or some simplification you do. After doing the simplification, you are able to get this type of the equation, that is V out by Vn is equal to minus of A of Rf divided by R1 plus Rf plus A times of Rn. And next we know that V out divided by Vin is equal to AF. That is, AF is nothing but what? Gain with feedback amplifier. Okay, so finally what you are getting, AR1 divided by R1 plus RF plus A of R1. This is called the exact equation of the inverting amplifier, or exact equation of the closed loop operational amplifier. Now, as we know that, what we know, A is nothing but what here? A is nothing but open loop voltage gain. As we know that for the operational amplifier, A, that is open loop, is A is very large. Okay, so when A is very large is nothing but what happens, your A of R1 is also very high. So how much high means we are going to neglect this term. Okay, or we can say that R1 plus RF plus A times of R1 is equal to only A of R1. Why? Because A is nothing but open loop voltage gain. That open loop voltage gain is very high. So just by this, if I have written AF, that is equal to minus of A times of R1 divided by A times of RF. Okay, sorry, this is your RF and this is your R1. Correct? Okay, and what you will get here, you are able to get minus of RF divided by R1. So finally what we got means AF, that is closed loop operational amplifier gain, is equal to minus of RF divided by R1. This equation is called what? This equation is called the ideal equation for the operational amplifier. This equation is called the ideal equation. Ideal equation for the inverting operational amplifier. Here what is this AF? AF stands for closed loop closed loop gain, and we are calculated the closed loop gain for the inverting amplifier, so that is why it is called a closed loop gain for the inverting amplifier.